Hi there, it's Carl Allen. One of the most asked questions that I get both in my Business Buying Accelerator coaching program or when I'm on podcasts or when I'm being interviewed by the media, the number one question I'm asked is, what type of business should I buy? And I'm not talking about the kind of detailed question around businesses that are growing, businesses that are profitable, businesses that have got a strong position in the marketplace or strong intellectual property. It's the big kind of why question. So thinking about it as the entrepreneur, as the business buyer, what type of business should I be buying? Now the general rule that I advise everybody is, especially for your first deal, is buy a business that is related to you in some way. So that can involve you buying a business in a sector that you know something about. So you might be working for somebody else right now. Let's say you're working as a manager in an engineering business, then it would be very natural for you to go out and acquire a small engineering business that you can own because you know the sector and you're probably going to know the ins and outs of the business. The other thing that you need to think about is passion. Your why, what's going to get you up out of bed every morning, whether you're working in the business or working on the business as an owner investor. You want to be buying a business that you're passionate about, that you're passionate to grow, that you're passionate to optimize, and you can scale it and you can sell it, and that's where you make the most money as a business buyer and a business operator and seller. Now, there are a couple of caveats to this. The first one is if you're very, very young. So let's say you just come out of college, you're very, very hungry, you want to learn the process, you want to do the kind of heavy lifting of finding deals, structuring deals, negotiating deals, having the kind of seller conversations, but you've got no kind of sector that you can fall back on. So my golden rule for that is go and partner with somebody that has that industry experience. So whatever sector that you want to go into, is find partners that know those businesses and know those sectors, so you can kind of partner together and do those deals yourself. The other caveat is, let's say you've got a very specific skill. So you could be a CPA, you could be an attorney, you could be very, very strong at HR, you could be an absolute genius at marketing. Now those skills, those very, very solid, very deep, very concrete skills, those skills will give you a leg up for you to be able to go and target businesses in all sectors. Because let's say you're an absolutely fantastic marketer and you've got a proven ability to go and get an infinite number of new leads and convert those leads through, say, like social media, through Facebook ads, through Google retargeting, through LinkedIn, through all those different channels. So you could go and take any kind of random business, apply your skills, apply your methodology into that business and get very, very strong results. So when you're sat talking with a seller and you're sat talking with a financier to allow you to kind of do this deal, no cash down, because the financing is going to come from the assets or the cash flows to be able to make those deposits. So it's really important that you stress those skills in that conversation. So just to recap, number one, if you don't have a deep skill, a deep horizontal skill, and you're not a young person straight out of college, then definitely go and buy a business in a sector that A, that you know, and B, that you're passionate about. If you're young, go and partner with somebody that's got that kind of grey hair, that industry experience. And then number three, if you're agnostic about whatever sector that you want to go into, you just want to do deals, you just want to make a lot of money, then use a very, very solid, very specific skill that you have and deploy that skill as a massive value add into the growth and success of the business. So I hope you found that useful. I will see you soon. Bye for now.